phone book you have here with us? What is going on here?
While I'm on stage here, I'm going to memorize all the names and phone numbers. No, I'm just kidding. Well, basically, the problem is I don't know if this is going to work or not. So if it doesn't work, it's just a joke. Okay? If it works, I'm the strongest man alive. So this is a phone book. It's about 1,300 pages. And I'm going to attempt to tear it in half. This is promoting steroids. Alright, so problem is I tried this with a thin phone book. I haven't done it with a thick one before. And this was a bit of Medinatain. And I couldn't do it in the beginning in the course, so I tried it, didn't work. So then one of the sisters goes, why don't you do it? I can't. Then I tried one more time and it just tore apart. But this time it's like more than 3 times as thick. So we'll see what happens. Just so you know, no human being is strong enough to tear a phone book in half. That's not a joke. Okay, here we go. We go for it. If it doesn't work, you erase everything you're recording. You understand? It's a joke. Okay. What does this have to do with dawah? Those of you who shahada fiqh of dawah, everything has to do with dawah when you're in? Yes. So basically, what does this have to do with dawah? It is not humanly possible to tear a phone book in half. It's impossible actually. There's no human being strong enough to tear a phone book in half. But the technique we use, basically, you pinch the book. Okay, when you pinch it like this, what happens is you get a gap, an air bubble, okay, between the pages. And then when you twist it backwards, it's as if you're tearing individual pages and not tearing 1,300 at the same time. So what does this have to do with dawah? A lot of times when you try to force people, it doesn't work. Sometimes you need technique, you need finesse, right? Even with your own children. So a lot of times we say you might have to bargain with your own children. Why should I bargain with my child? I tell them, I'm the dad, I tell them what to do and that's it. 5 fingers across the face otherwise. But if you do something gently, you can do a task that seems impossible with technique, with style, and that's what dawah is all about. It's about technique, it's about style. It's not about forcing the other person, it's not about beating the other person or pounding them into submission. I'm very relieved that that worked because so anyway, so that's what that was about. And another thing is that a lot of times technique is more important than brute strength. I used to, in the old days as a hobby, I used to buy and sell cars. And I would always buy this horrible American car where the transmission would always break, so I would have to change the transmission. And it had a huge transmission this big. And I would take him every time to the mechanic, and he would get a machine and a pulley and a dolly, and he would struggle and put the transmission into his garage. So one day he asked me, he said, how do you move it into your car? I said, I pick it up. And he just couldn't believe it. So I actually picked it up one time and I had my sister take a picture of me lifting this thing just so I could give him visual proof that I'm able to lift it up. It's very, very heavy, but one of the advantages of weightlifting, you learn which muscle to use to complete a task. So basically, some of the strongest muscles in your body. The lower body's strongest muscles, the thigh, and then you've got the lower back, which is very, very strong. So if you've ever looked at the world record for deadlift and squats, always the highest numbers. It's a very strong muscle. So most people will try to lift it like this, yeah? And basically, you use the strongest muscle, so you don't have to be that powerful. And you can teach a weak person in the audience how to lift something really, really heavy by using the right muscle, by using the right technique. And that's what that was all about.